Guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Wednesday, guys. Happy hump day. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as seasoned. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Wednesday, chosen ones. So I want to speak to you guys in regards to there's a lot I want to say. I just have to figure out how I'm going to articulate what I feel in my spirit. So I made a recording a few days ago. Did I upload that recording? I don't know. But I know it was in regards to being careful not to prolong a season that is over. Be careful not to prolong a season that is over. All right, so I'm going to also tie that in with the new narcissist or the new counterfeit that has narcissistic ways, because a person can have narcissistic ways, but they don't typically have to be a narcissist, right? So, many chosen people at some point have been basically traumatized, even tortured by a narcissist. Now, this can look like a parent. This can look like an ex-spouse. But I'm not really speaking about that. I don't feel that that's where we're going at with that. This is more of something more recent, right? And recent could have been a year, a month, whatever. Just before this shift, before this elevation, right? We know the chosen ones are in a season of restoration and acceleration, right? So think about this, okay? Before this new narcissistic individual have came into your life, you at this point, you should already know the ways of a narcissist, right? Because you went through that for a very long time, right? God revealed it to you. God sent you through a healing season, and you can talk about narcissism from the front to the back. So it's not that you don't know what to look for, right? But the enemy is very strategic. So the recent individual or individuals, wherever your situation is, getting where you fit in. Okay, so they could have come into your life for a number of ways. For some people, right, I've made several videos several months ago in regards to some people met individuals like summer, winter of 2024, right? But before 2025 came in, God had been clear that these individuals or that person cannot enter 2025 with you. So a lot of people, right, moved on obedience over emotions. They recognized that it was counterfeits that was sent during a very low season of their lives. And a lot of people released these individuals in 2025. But then, and I know because a lot of you guys emailed me that you did, but then there are some other people who, for whatever reason, they just didn't do it. And some of these people came into 2025 and they're still lingering. And now you're about to lose your mind because they're driving you insane. Okay. That's one group of people. Others, it could have been a counterfeit that came in recently because maybe you're tired of waiting. Maybe you felt like God lied to you and you're seeing nothing happening, because many chosen people are in a season of stillness right now. We don't have a lot to do. We're just waiting for the door to open, right? So if you're a person who struggle with isolation or being alone, a lot of chosen people don't, because we're just, but that's not true for everyone. Some people do. So maybe you allowed a counterfeit in, just thinking like, I know this ain't really what it is, but I'm just going to just kind of use it to burn some time until the door opens, right? The intentions were just to keep it around until the door opens. Okay, but stay with me. So you have the people who drag in the folks from 2024. You have people who recently met counterfeits and had the mindset that it was just going to be something to pass time. And now you're in some kind of bondage. Okay. And thirdly, now mind you, it can be 100 of ways on how these people enter your life, but I'm just going to give 3 for the sake of time. So thirdly, it could truly have been somebody, truly, that God sent you to help, meaning it was God ordained. It could have been an assignment or just somebody that maybe God introduced to you because maybe this person was going through a very, very traumatic time, just whatever. So the chosen one with all his healing energy and safe place and this, that, and the third, right? Maybe God just connected you because he wanted you to speak some words into this person's life, have their back in whatever way, whatever. Okay, so that's 3 scenarios out of a million. Whatever this scenario is, it has now backfired or it has turned from good to bad. It has turned from peace to stress. It has turned from alignment to entanglement. It has turned from light to dark. It has turned into full narcissism or narcissistic ways. Okay. It was a trick from the enemy, with the exception of the last group of people, meaning God really sent you, right? But stay tuned, right? We stay tuned for that one. But for the individuals who are entangled now because of disobedience, meaning you brought folks in from 2024, or God told y'all, these visions be popping up in my head, honey. I can see like people coming from 2024, like little stick people with backpacks moving into 2025, like a big number, just 2025. And these people with these little backpacks, what do you call the things? Oh my goodness, like it's like a stick. The stick goes over the shoulder, but there's like a little baggy thing attached to it. Anyway, so for the people who were disobedient and allowed the 2024 folks to linger into 2025, or the second group who were disobedient because God told you to stay in the single season. God told you clear as day what to look for or not look for, but what to recognize in your kingdom partner / maybe kingdom spouse, etc. God told you that this is a healing season and not a dating season for you. God was clear to tell you, don't date right now because the door is so close to opening that the enemy is going to strategically send you a counterfeit. So even in your mind, bro, she was just going to pass time by. So you thought. You mess around, caught feelings. You mess around, caught the soul tie. Bro, I'm sure maybe one of my good sis too, honey, but bro is pinging, right? So it was a trick of the enemy. All design, and so is the third group, but stay tuned for a second because the instructions are a little different there. Because that wasn't a trick from the enemy, the third group. Satan just turned it that way. And I'll tell you why. But so the first 2 groups, all of it, is literally designed to keep you so entangled, your mind all over the place, full of distractions, full of stress, which is the complete opposite of the season you were in prior. Just months ago, just 1 month, 6 months, a year ago, Everything was peaceful. You were in full alignment. Not perfect. We ain't that cute, boo. Full alignment. Peaceful. We're to tap in not to recognize narcissists or narcissistic spirits. So how did that happen? How did a narcissistic person or a person with narcissistic ways creep in? Because of our disobedience. Now we're trying to figure out, why am I so stressed up? I don't feel aligned, right? I'm supposed to be working on this, but I'm sitting here stressing about this, like checking messages and arguing back and forth with text messages, and my mind's pulling here, and now the person's like running so much game on you that your mind is all over the place. Make it make sense. We're too tapped in for that. So now the disobedience has created excuse me, of course, some type of soul tie, some type of emotional tie, let it be narcissist or not. At the end of the day, it's a tie that ain't supposed to be there. So now it's time to untie yourself and get back in alignment. Obedience over emotions. It's not going to be that easy, of course. Why? Because some kind of tie have already been developed because of our disobedience. But if you're wise, and we are chosen ones, obedience over emotions. Because think about it. Satan has tried everything to get you so distracted in these last seasons, and he couldn't. Because you were on top of your game. You were fully aligned. You were working out. You were eating clean. You was like staying to yourself. You was in isolation season. Like you developed tons of discipline. Like everything was in preparation, just waiting on the door to open, and boom. He caught you while slipping through disobedience. Then, of course, this is not everybody, because some people were like me. Like when you got that 2025 cutoff thing, don't linger that foolishness there. Right? You left it in 2025. Right? There are some of you guys who, even while waiting, you did great in isolation, and you ain't had time for the foolishness because you already know God had been clear about certain things that can't go before the door to open. You were fine with the posture of stillness. All right, so great job. Job well done. Any day now. Any day now. And guess what? You have no lingering residue in foolishness. Your mind is still free. You're not all distracted all over the place, right? Your tunnel vision on the instructions for the assignment, which is crucial because some of these instructions are changing because, for different reasons, but the enemy is blocking certain things. So God is literally giving us strategic ways to move around things, strategic, maybe dates, I don't know, months or seasons or whatever. He's giving you a lot of information. And it's like, it's the same thing, if you will, but some of the instructions are kind of like, so this is why you have to be fluid. But if you're distracted all over the place, your mind pinging about this person ain't called, this one line, child, oh my goodness, it's just too much. And the crazy thing is, you know what it is. You know they're lying. You know they're cheating. You know all this stuff. It ain't even a question. You're too spiritually sensitive. You know this, but you messed around and got entangled. You thought, bro, you thought you were going to use it, and now it's using you. Make it make sense, honey. You got beat at your own game. All right, third group. It's all good though, bro. Just get back in alignment. You good. You good. Third group. It's true. God connected it for whatever reason. Maybe you helped it, maybe it helped you. Whatever, maybe you helped each other for whatever reason. But what's going to cause the hold up and delay for the third group of people is disobedience to understand that the season is up, meaning you're still lingering there, right? You're still lingering there. So disobedience is disobedience. Even if God sent it, even if God sent you, prolonging a season when God have told you clear as day is done, that's disobedience. And we can have all the right intentions all we want. It doesn't matter. If God says it's done, it's done. And the crazy part, it may not even look like anything bad yet. So the question will be more like, well, I mean, if God sent it and there's like no issues or certain, this is why it's obedience over emotion. See, God don't have to tell us if who are we, right? If he says do it, do it. If he says leave, leave. The problem is we as people, we want to see and understand certain things. God sees things that we can't see. So maybe he's trying to move you before you end up like the last two groups, meaning he knows something is coming. He knows this person is a narcissist or have narcissistic ways. So he knows you're going to end up in some type of bondage as well. Okay. Maybe the assignment is just over. Right? They can no longer receive you. You did your part. Job well done. Assignment is up. What are you lingering for? How is it even benefiting you at this point? If you've done what God asked you to do, right? Kudos to you for your obedience, and you will be blessed for your obedience. But if you've done what God have asked you to do, why are you lingering? So the disobedience to continue to linger is going to open the door, and it may have already have. You may be at the very beginning of it. If you're wise and you're at the very beginning of it, meaning you're recently starting to see the narcissistic ways. You're recently starting to feel that heaviness, and you know what it feels like because you experienced narcissism before. If you're wise, pull out quickly. No pun intended. I rebuke my own self. Lord have mercy. Jesus, please forgive me, Lord. Where's my coffee? Because it's too early for this foolishness, right? If you're wise, pull out quickly. And you know that God have been clear. Because as chosen people, what's going to probably be the first sign? Our spirit is disturbed. Your spirit is disturbed. So if God brought something together, if God have required you to do something or vice versa, right, there's going to always be peace, like meaning in your spirit. Not to say certain things won't rise up. It is what it is. But peace in your spirit. Your spirit won't be disturbed. I'm speaking, and when I mean disturbed, it's that disturbed, like you know something is off, something is wrong. God just won't let it settle. That type of, I'm not speaking anything about like disagreements or like human type of thing. I'm speaking about your spirit being disturbed. It's that same heaviness that you felt with narcissism. Make it make sense. How in the world chosen people who have probably the most experience with narcissists and understand exactly what this spirit feels like, exactly what it leads to, the heaviness, the mind manipulation, playing with your mind, twisting your words, got your mind all over the place. You know exactly what this spirit feels like. And now you're back entertaining it. Please, whatever you do, don't get back to a place where a narcissist or narcissistic people have that stronghold, like before, where you truly couldn't, well, right? You gotta use wisdom and discernment to move now while it's still fresh. There's no roots. It's obedience over emotions. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.